So this side I did with Makeup Forever, and I wanted to show you this liquid green. Um, what I did different today. Usually, I'm in a rush to get ready. It takes me about an hour to get ready. Um, and so I'm just going. This time I let it dry a little bit and it worked better. Um, but I do notice that usually around my nose, the grease just makes it all slide off. But again, I have some acne, deep pores, and plus I have enlarged pores this day now. I'm also getting sunspots. So this is Makeup Forever. Not sure if that's making a difference at all. Another thing I did on this side is I didn't take off the concealer from this side. Another thing I did on this side was I went with, so anyway, this is beige. This is the Makeup Forever foundation. And I went with a darker color, and it was completely by accident. This is the Makeup Forever HD. Some people say if you use a darker concealer instead of a lighter concealer, that it camouflages the fine lines better. So I'm not sure, if that is revealing my fine lines the way it did before with the lighter color. I think that it actually did work better at camouflaging. So this, like I said, this was a darker color. They didn't have my color, and I just went with the next darkest color, and it does camouflage better. It's the most, we usually put like a shade lighter, but look, that one did show my fine lines less. Now I'm putting on their cream concealer. And let me get up close so you can see. Now, I bet you this is going to make, because this is a cream concealer, not a liquid concealer. And the heavier it is, the more it's going to sink into your fine lines. So, I'm going to put a lighter one. And already, I think you can see a difference, that they are standing out a little bit more. So that is that's the HD. Now I'm going to set it. That's the complete HD collection. It's concealer, Makeup Forever, foundation, primer. I use green because I have a lot of red in my skin. Powder. But before I put the powder, I want to say, this is horrible. This is why I really like the NYX one better. This, I got the purple, which was the darkest color. The problem with this pump is that a ton of it comes out. There's no way to control it. And this, it just leaves a horrible, horrible, nasty mess. Now, I bought this last spring or summer, and I put it aside because I didn't like it. Guess what happened? So hardly anything came out. It's drying out already. It's just ridiculous. But in a way, that's good, because I found if you just take that little drop, because that's all you need, and it mixes with your foundation. But see how much of it comes out in that little tiny drop? But if you mix it in with your foundation, I find that it blends out a little bit better. It's better if you do when your foundation is wet. I exchanged the dark purple one. The next one was a dark raspberry, and then this was the hot pink. And then all the other colors were warm, and I don't like the warm ones. So I took this hot pink one. They do have a nice cool pink, but it was really light. Then, so that's the Makeup Forever HD collection. I don't know if that's maybe making me look more flawless. I don't know. I just really didn't see a difference from any, like my Mary Kay foundations. So this is it. This is the HD collection. Foundation, primer, and they have all different kinds. Purple is for if you have a lot of yellow. And then green is for red. They have like all different kinds. They have like 5 or 6 different kinds. And you have that. And then lastly, I'm going to set it with the powder. I don't think they've added anything to the collection since last spring. I do notice that the powder can help make your skin look a little bit nicer. It's the silicone one. Okay, so that's that Makeup Forever HD. I stopped wearing liquid because of my greasy skin, because I live in a humid climate. Even in the winter it's humid, you sweat a lot. So I got more into powders. But like I said, what bothered me about mineral powder foundation is I couldn't, Mary Kay, which is the one that works best on me, didn't come with SPF in it, and you have to add that, and that kind of drives me crazy. One of the other things I want to tell you about, one of the things I like about this is that it's liquid. It's not gel, so it doesn't feel greasy. The same thing with NYX. Love that. Again, I have this. I want a tip for this is you put this on and you let it dry, and it should help camouflage. It should help. It like falls into the deep part of your pores, falls into the fine lines, and it makes them less pronounced. But I just don't like how greasy it feels. I can't stand that greasy feeling. So I'm not going to do that now, but that's just a tip for you guys. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is for red skin, I have this. This is an old one from Avon. I bought 2 of them. I like it so much. I use the yellow. I use green mostly for the red. The green camouflages the red. And I use this in the winter because it neutralizes my skin. But I can't use it in the summer because my skin gets darker, and for some reason it's too much. So that's when I use the yellow. The yellow is going to mix with the red and give it more of a warmer tone. And since in the summer you're tanning, that's just, that's awesome. So if you want to start out with your, after you've moisturized and everything, if you want to start out with your primer, let it set, let it dry, then put everything on top of that. That's what is advised. Personally, I don't like that. I don't like how it feels. I just don't like it. But I did learn a tip. I do like it for under the eyes because I like that well moisturized. But I found out that after you finish all your makeup, if there's something you want to cover up, then what I found is if you put a little bit of it right after and then set it with powder, that works for me. But let me show you. So green. And I know it looks funny, but this is what I like to use with my powders. As I did this one with liquid. And then I'm doing this one with cream. I find that these camouflage palettes like this, that's the only reason I got is because I wanted this green. But see how it has all these colors, and you could use the light to bring something out and then the dark to make it recede with these camouflage palettes, and then the green is to cover up the red. And that's why I got this, but it's for Makeup Forever, but it's not part of the HD collection. So this is just my Avon one, and let me see, try to get it on my nose, try to get it, because that's where most of my redness is, and I think it's from years and years. See, I'm already sweating. I can already feel the oil coming out right here. It's just humid. See now, right here, it won't stay on. From the oil in my nose, it keeps rubbing off. It's better to pat it, but once you go to put on your foundation, it comes right off. So best to like pat it in. And what I find is best, I know it looks weird because it's green, but it just camouflaged all that red. So what I found, this is my experience, what I found is best is I do that, And then I take my mineral powder. But lately I've been using, because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm getting brown spots from the sun. And it's hard to find a mineral powder with SPF, although Bare Minerals does have it. Now I'm using more liquid because, see, a lot of the Revlon ones come with SPF, and I really like that. And I don't know why Mary Kay doesn't get on the ball with that. I like this one. For some reason, I don't know why, I like the shape of it. And then what I usually do is it sticks to the cream. The only thing I don't like is the powder goes everywhere. And then if you have your primer or even your moisturizer, it should stick to that if you do it right afterwards. See, first I do this because this padding helps it to get into that. And then I spread it. And then usually what I do is I'll take a darker powder. You can use a dark foundation. I know women in the past take a darker powder. And what I want to camouflage is here. And I always felt like I had my big nose. And I just put it around here. Around my nose area. And that's really all I do. But again, those are the tips you use. One of these silicone primers, they supposedly grab into, go into your pores, fine lines. And supposedly you have to let it dry, but it just feels so greasy to me. And then you'll put your, maybe you want to use a camouflage primer, and then you'll put your, whatever you use, whether it's cream, whether it's powder, whether it's liquid, on your face. So right now, I just left the concealer I had before. But yeah, there's also all different kinds of concealers. There's liquid ones. This is a yellow to camouflage. I guess if you got a lot of purple in your skin, it also works well with red if you want a more warmer look. So you have that. That's a camouflage. And where's my liquid? Oh well. Well, you saw the liquid, but this is the one I usually use, the liquid right here, and then this is for camouflaging. Sometimes I use a cream. This is purple for people with a lot of red in their skin. So let me show you. It's just a medium. That's a cream. But again, the heavier and thicker a concealer is, the more it's going to sink into your fine lines. It's going to show more. And Perspus was the one who gave us the tip about using the silicone primer. And I find that helps. I find that does help out. So you've got your liquid, you have your cream pots, and then you have your sticks, which are even thicker. So that's green. And then, your regular beige. So that's more of like a solid form. So you got your liquid, your cream, and like the solid stick form. And, that's what you would use to camouflage and conceal. So you saw how if you have like a blemish, you can maybe put that on to cover it up. Sometimes I find it brings it out more. I think you have to experiment to see what works best. Darker or lighter, cream or liquid. So yeah, I'm going to try this. This is my worst eye. It's got the puffiness. I'm going to try it. I'm going to use my Mary Kay concealer. Mary Kay's concealer is really thick because it's waterproof. I'm going to put a little bit of this and a little bit of the Mary Kay. Okay, that's before. And I'm going to do after I mix the two. But since I did use that Mary Kay's thick one, seems to be showing more of the fine lines. I don't know. I think the Mary Kay, the thickness of the Mary Kay just might have made it worse, but makes the fine lines show more. One of the things I find help is to have a sponge for your concealer and help to blend that in. That's one of the things I find that are helpful if it comes out too thick. So yeah, this side has the blush on because I was showing you the blush. I really like the NYX better than the Makeup Forever. I like how it goes on. They use a powder HD for the blush. I really like it. This is just what I've learned. I'm not an expert.